Seth Rollins suffers what is being reported as a legitimate injury last night on Saturday night's main event. We've got details on the injury itself, the severity, and what WWE has planned to do next. Speaking of injuries, we have an update on Adam Cole provided by AEW President Tony Khan amid possible retirement rumors for the now former TNT champion. Tony Khan has also provided an update on Ring of Honor World Television Women's Champion Red Velvet's injury. He's also provided clarity as to when the Casino Gauntlet winners can cash in on AEW television. Khan has revealed the attendance for yesterday's AEW All-In Texas event at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. He's also said that going forward, the AEW Unified title matches will have continental rules. Goldberg was accompanied to the ring for his retirement match by some familiar faces last night. Jelly Roll's match for the upcoming SummerSlam PLE has been confirmed. Bianca Belair is back on WWE television, returning last night at Saturday night's main event. We have an update on what people believe inside AEW is when it comes to the AEW status of Britt Baker. Plus, we have the ratings for Thursday's AEW All-In Texas Go Home episode of AEW Collision. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Before we begin, a reminder, we will be live once again this evening for a WWE Evolution watch-along and then a WWE Evolution post-show. So be sure to join us. Appreciate everyone that tuned in across the 4 consecutive streams last night. The All-In Texas watch-along, the Saturday night's main event watch-along, the Saturday night's main event post-show, and the All-In Texas post-show. If you haven't seen any of it, you can go and find it right now on the channel. Now, unfortunately, Saturday was a night of injuries across pro wrestling. Let's talk about first Seth Rollins. Now, Seth Rollins, an injury put a pause to his match against LA Knight. Now, one of the matches on WWE Saturday night's main event was a singles match between Seth Rollins and LA Knight. There was a point in the match when Rollins had Knight laid out on the mat. He springboarded off the ropes and executed a senton onto Knight. Rollins rolled through to the opposite side of the ring and went for a springboard moonsault. Knight moved out the way, and when Rollins attempted to land on his feet, his knee buckled. Now, Rollins immediately grabbed his knee and went to the corner of the ring. He was checked on by referee Jessica Carr and a ringside doctor. After a pause in the action, Rollins stood up, walked towards Knight, and was hit with a BFT. Knight immediately exited the ring after his victory, and another doctor could be seen coming down to the ring to check on Rollins. Now, as for if this was legitimate, of course, myself, just watching it last night, there was theories going around this was all a swerve, this was all a work, and Rollins was going to cash in the briefcase. Well, according to all the reports, this does unfortunately look to be legitimate. Now, as I mentioned, Rollins landed and ended up holding his knee. He and LA Knight immediately went to a finish with LA Knight winning. According to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, they have been told that match outcome was an audible called on the fly, and Rollins was originally slated to win the match. Now, immediately, according to Fightful Select, the word backstage was that Rollins' injury was indeed legitimate. It had at least not been planned for by the medical personnel. Now, Fightful say they don't know the severity of the injury, but of course, we join them and everyone in wishing Rollins a speedy recovery. Now, as for, again, what's happening now and what's moving forward, PW Insider has reported that, similarly to Fightful, that Rollins was originally booked to defeat LA Knight on Saturday night's main event. Knight winning was a last-second call due to Rollins tweaking his knee. The severity right now is currently unknown, but it would greatly impact WWE's creative plans if he was to miss a significant amount of time, as Rollins has been one of the top stars on Monday Night Raw, particularly post-WrestleMania 41, with his alliance with Paul Heyman, and of course the faction including himself, Big Bronson Reed, and Bron Breakker. We get any more details on the injury, the outcome, the fallout, we'll let you know in a future video. Now, a sad story last night when it comes to Adam Cole and him having to surrender the TNT Championship. Adam Cole emerged at AEW All-In Texas 2025 to issue an emotional speech relinquishing the TNT Championship and declaring uncertainty over his future inside the ring. A teary Cole thanked the audience and said whilst he didn't want to think about retirement, he wasn't sure if this would be his last time in front of AEW's audience. When it comes to when and where Cole suffered his latest injury, Brian Alvarez of Wrestling Observer Radio noted that it came on the most recent episode of AEW Collision when Cole teamed with Paragon allies Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly to take on Don Callis family members Kyle Fletcher and Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta, getting injured after being hit with a lariat. Those on commentary noted that it was Kyle Fletcher who injured Cole, which falls in line with the reports of Cole getting injured on Thursday. Now, the exact nature of Cole's injury is not yet known. Of course, we wish him a full recovery. In terms of a brand new TNT champion at All-In, Dustin Rhodes was crowned the new champion, surprising fans with a feel-good victory. Now, Tony Khan had some comments after AEW All-In at the post-show media scrum. Khan provided some clarity on the timeline leading up to the decision to have Cole vacate the title. He also said that even if he's not wrestling, Adam Cole is welcome to be a part of the AEW family forever. He said, quote, "I fully support his decision to take some time. I felt like the right thing to do would be to vacate the championship and give Adam Cole time off, but also give him time to talk to the fans. Last night when I was at Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor planning for the pay-per-view, we put everything in place for Adam Cole to defend the championship against Kyle Fletcher. Coming out of Collision, Adam Cole came back, we talked, and he was definitely planning to be at the pay-per-view, and even yesterday we had talked. Somewhere between late last night and early this morning, we talked, and he just wasn't feeling well. That is the unpredictable nature of some of these injuries, and it's a really important thing that Adam Cole takes the time to get right because he's a great figure in AEW. We talked last night and both of us immediately reached a conclusion that it makes sense, a lot of sense, when he was not feeling right to go out for this. He's one of the greatest pro wrestlers in the world. We both know it's not good. He doesn't feel very well if he's not able to wrestle a championship match on the biggest show that AEW has ever done in North America. Adam Cole is a big part of AEW and hopefully he'll be here forever. I just don't know when the next time he'll be wrestling is. He's definitely still part of the team and the family. Now, in terms of injuries, he's also opened up on Red Velvet's injury. Now, due to Red Velvet being injured, Ring of Honor crowned an interim Ring of Honor World Television Champion at Supercard of Honor. A four-way match took place to crown the interim champion, and it was Mina Shirakawa emerging victorious. Velvet became a talking point during Tony Khan's solo portion of the AEW All-In Texas post-show media scrum. He praised Velvet for her work as Women's World TV Champion and the work she's done in CMLL. He stated that her injury seems manageable. He said, quote, "But speaking of the great TV titles, the Women's World TV Championship in Ring of Honor, Red Velvet, she's done a great job representing the company as World TV Champion. She's gone to Arena Mexico and made a great impression. And really, for a relatively new championship in the world of wrestling, the Women's World TV title has had a great profile. She really She's really raised the profile of her being a great ambassador. That's something I really value. Somebody who's gone down to an Arena Mexico, which has been a great partner to AEW, and to go down there and put in a great shift, that's going to score huge points with me and even really raise the prestige of the title. I thought Red Velvet has. I was disappointed that Red Velvet couldn't wrestle, but also it was the right thing to do because it seems like hopefully it could be a manageable injury. It's not going to take years and years that she's going to be out or anything. We're eventually, hopefully, going to have a match, and if Mina Shirakawa can keep retaining." Now, Cole then began talking about the Women's Casino Gauntlet at All-In, during which the Ring of Honor World Women's Champion Athena won by pinning Shirakawa. Khan went on to confirm that Velvet was injured at the Ring of Honor CMLL Global Wars Mexico show. He said, quote, "Interestingly enough, with a brand new interim Ring of Honor World Women's Television Champion, getting pinned by the Ring of Honor World Women's Champion who's held the belt for years and was actually teaming with Red Velvet in the match she got hurt in against Fosophone, who's another great wrestler who was in that match, and Thunder Rosa." So, of course, we get any more details on that or her return, we'll let you know in a future video. Now, speaking of clarity, maybe a bit more news here when it comes to the winners of the Casino Gauntlet matches at All-In. MJF and Athena won their respective Casino Gauntlet matches at All-In Texas, earning future men's and women's AEW title shots. At 2024 All-In, men's Casino Gauntlet winner Christian Cage was able to cash in his title shot wherever and whenever he wanted. Past AEW Casino Gauntlets have seen winners earn title shots at specific events. During the AEW All-In post-show press conference, Tony Khan was asked to clarify when the title matches may happen. Quote, "I will be giving more clarity to that on the TV shows. Last year, cashing in was the format. It's been treated different times, different ways. I'm going to sit with the winners, sit with the champions, sit with the schedule, and I'm going to put some real thought into when I'm going to make those announcements. I think there is a cadence that makes a lot of sense for this. It would be safe to say the challengers have earned some say into when they cash these things in, so I will be making those announcements very soon," he said. Now, Tony Khan also gave an update as it comes to the attendance, a much obviously debated figure heading into All-In. Tony Khan touted the success of AEW All-In Texas during the post-show press conference, saying the attendance was close to 30,000 after the walk-up. The event took place on July 12th from Globe Life Field, the home of the Texas Rangers in Arlington, Texas. Tony called the event, quote, "our most lucrative, the most fans we've ever had in America, our biggest gate." As far as pay-per-view numbers, Tony said that the early numbers they are bigger than they've ever had for a pay-per-view. Now, Tony did not give exact numbers on the attendance gate or buy rate. Tony previously said that the All-In gate had crossed $2.5 million and expected it to surpass $3 million. Of course, we'll provide more details on the attendance gate and buy rate for AEW All-In Texas when the numbers are reported or given. AEW's biggest attendance in gate still remains AEW All-In 2023, which was held at Wembley Stadium in London, England. The announced attendance figure was, of course, heavily disputed, but the gate certainly surpassed $10 million for the event. The buy rate for that show was reportedly between $175,000 and $200,000. More details when it comes to the rules for the AEW Unified Championship. Tony Khan has made an announcement regarding the future of the AEW Unified Championship. Moving forward, all matches contested for the new championship will be contested under Continental rules. This means there will be no interference allowed. This comes after Don Callis and Rocky Romero interfered in the match between Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada at AEW All-In 2025. Callis even went as far as to stop the referee from counting 3 after Omega hit a one-winged angel, stomping on the back of the official's head. Tony Khan explained directly to Callis at the post-show media scrum that had the match been contested under Continental rules, Callis would have been fired. He said, quote, "We did it under AEW rules. In this case, for AEW rules, the referee's decision is final. We've gotten through this amazing run. Kazuchika Okada has been the Continental Champion, and there has never been any outsider interference. If anybody ever interfered in a Continental title match, they would be fired. Tonight we fought a match under the unified rules of AEW where the referee's decision is final. In this case, the referee had no way of knowing who pulled him out of the ring or who did anything after Callis incapacitated them. If we had been under Continental rules, I would have fired you for that. Going forward, as the unified champion, the prevailing rules will be the Continental rules, so there will never be outside interference ever again in a unified championship match, now that the Continental rules apply, with the Continental champion winning." Now, going back to Saturday night's main event, of course, Goldberg had his retirement match last night, and some familiar faces walked him to the ring. Goldberg's final match took place at WWE Saturday night's main event in his adopted hometown of Atlanta, Georgia. He challenged Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Before the match, Goldberg did his signature walkout from the locker room to the ring. Accompanying him for the walk down the corridor were the following names: Doug Dillinger, the former WCW head of security; Josh Barnett, of course his son Gage Goldberg, the former WCW star Ernest the Cat Miller, and also well-known Chuck Zito. Jelly Roll, his match for WWE SummerSlam has been confirmed. The opening match of WWE Saturday night's main event saw Drew McIntyre take on Randy Orton. Orton was accompanied to the ring by music artist Jelly Roll, and McIntyre was flanked by Logan Paul. There was a physical altercation between Paul and Jelly Roll on Friday Night SmackDown that involved McIntyre and Orton. After Orton defeated McIntyre at Saturday night's main event, Jelly Roll stepped into the ring to fend off Paul, who was beating on the Viper. Jelly Roll was ultimately laid out via a Claymore kick from Drew McIntyre. Backstage, there was an interview segment with Randy Orton and Jelly Roll, and the idea of them working together at SummerSlam was brought up. The match was then made official for the two-night PLE on August 2nd and August 3rd. Bianca Belair is back, and she'll be at WWE Evolution this evening. As WWE Saturday night's main event was ongoing, there was promotion for the July 13th All-Women's Evolution event. The likes of Rhea Ripley, WWE Women's World Champion Io Sky, and Jade Cargill were shown seated in the front row. While the camera was focused on Cargill, her opponent at WWE Evolution, Naomi, ambushed her from behind, and then the two began to brawl around the ringside area. Security and referees came down to the ring to separate them. Making his way into the fold was SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis. After there had been multiple attempts at separating Naomi and Cargill, Aldis went on to reveal the special guest referee for their no-holds-barred match at Evolution. Out came Bianca Belair, who of course has been sidelined due to a finger injury coming out of WrestleMania 41. A bit of an update here when it comes to Britt Baker, her status in AEW. Britt Baker's AEW status has been a big talking point in recent weeks, with reports emerging that Baker wanted out of AEW. However, these reports were soon debunked, with conflicting reports stating that Baker was not looking to get out of her AEW deal and had not asked for her release from the company. When it comes to her potential future in AEW, Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter has provided a further update. It is stated that not only was Baker not seeking an exit from AEW, but the backstage belief from those within the company is that she'd eventually return to the mix. Those higher up in AEW reportedly didn't confirm or deny any rumours, but there does seem to be a belief that she will be back. AEW President Tony Khan also spoke on Britt Baker's AEW status, explaining on the All-In media call that Baker had not talked to him about wanting to leave the company and stated that he liked her a lot. Baker's last match in AEW came all the way back in 2024 when she defeated Penelope Ford. And finally, we have the ratings for the AEW All-In Texas Go Home episode of AEW Collision, of course, live on Thursday. AEW Collision took place live in Garland, Texas this past Thursday, with the company preparing for yesterday's All-In pay-per-view. However, the big event didn't do much to boost the ratings. As usual, WrestleNomics prepared a report detailing this week's viewership. Broadcasting once again out of its normal time slot, the show saw a slight increase in overall viewers, but a drastic drop in the key demographic compared to viewership for this week's Collision. Of course, as you can see right there was a slight rise in viewership, going up 4% from 323,000 viewers, but the key demographic did take a steep decline. Of course, it was live on Thursday outside of its regular 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Saturday night live time slot. Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics noted that his calculations differed slightly from other reporting of the latest Collision ratings, with some outlets stating that the 18 to 49 rating was a 0.07. However, according to Thurston, the number was right on the border between a 0.06 and a 0.07, which could explain the confusion. Ratings for Collision have been very much up and down recently. There have been rumours that Warner Bros. Discovery and AEW are considering moving the show to another night, but no concrete information has emerged. Outside of Saturday nights, the show has previously aired on Wednesday after Dynamite, in addition to Thursday, which of course happened this week. The most recent Collision featured 5 matches, including a tag team match that involved Adam Cole, which will seemingly be his last for some time and possibly ever, of course, after the announcement of his injury was confirmed at All-In. But there you go, guys, the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. A reminder, we're going to be live for WWE Evolution later on with a watch-along and a post-show, so be sure to join us then. And I appreciate everyone for tuning in. I'll speak with you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.